I'm here to tell you about SBA. We're an educational company and we are affiliated with 9 different universities. We are located in the capital city of Belarus, which is Minsk. And Belarus is located in Eastern Europe. For all of y'all who don't know where Belarus is located, Belarus shares borders with Poland, also with Lithuania, and from the other side with Russia. Belarus is a country on its own, and we make use of the BYN, the Belarusian ruble. Today, I will be answering some questions concerning the process. Now, SBA, we make no prepayments, no deposits. Visa are 100% guarantees for countries like Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Botswana, DRC Congo. We have been in function for about 5 years now, and we have a mass number of African students in which we have brought successfully to Belarus. Why choose SVA? Why choose SVA? What makes SVA different from other companies? And this Belarusian owned company, that means you are in safe hands. Um, the process is very transparent. Where there is a ground of no deposits, so you have nothing to lose. Why not try? Why not attempt? So instead of trying and going to applying for countries like Germany, countries like France, which visas are not 100% guaranteed, but the lifestyle here is also European standard, as we all know. And what is the first step of starting the process? The first step of starting the process is, first of all, you must have your credentials, your WAEC, which is waxy, A level for people in Zimbabwe. And second thing you must make sure you have, which is a must, you must have an international passport. You must also have your bank statements covering the expenses for the first year of studies. We advise to go through the preparatory course because it makes a completion of 5 years after 4 years of bachelor's. And for those of you willing to stay after your bachelor degree, it makes you eligible with the right number of years, which is 5 years, to apply for your permanent residence. Countries like Austria, where it is hard to get a permanent residence, even the Netherlands, after studies. For Belarus, it's a 4 month interval, and it is also much more easier. Um, Cost of expenses, like cost of living here, is quite cheaper. To the outside world, the wages here are low, but also so are the cost of living. When it comes to food, you can be 100% guaranteed that food is will be the least of your problems. Um, Things that are required, again, I will go through that so that my viewers can understand how the process goes. You must have your bank statement, you must have your international passport, you must have your A level. If you're applying for masters, you must have your transcript for your bachelor's. The visa, as I once said, is 100% guaranteed because we also work with the consular, we also work with the universities, and you are well assured that your process are in safe hands. Um, Currently, we have good news, which is when it comes to the master's degree program, which costs one of the cheapest you can find because as we can see, IT when it comes to tech costs about 5,000, 6,000, depends. Um, and it varies, depends. But there is a cheap master degree program going for about 3,500, which is at the Belarusian State Agrarian Technical University, which we just closed a deal on. So we are trying to make a cheaper path gateways for those willing to study and those willing to gain knowledge. Um, for this, you need about 3,500, and it is one of the cheapest you can find right now. And the age limit for masters is about 29 to 30, but we can also try 31, 32. You can send us a DM on our TikTok. You can leave a comment on our YouTube channel here. Um, questions we're more likely to get from students. Can you work and pay your tuition here in Belarus? The working hours is 20 hours. I would say that you can actually work and would I say pay your tuition? You can actually work. I don't know how it works for others, but depends. I think it depends on the individual, or you can actually take care of yourself. Um, would I say it is a place to be? I would say it's the growing economy because I could remember years back the Canadian dollar was about 200 and something naira. But now the Canadian dollar is about 1,000 plus. So I think with time, Belarus is a fast growing economy, and I urge students to come right now while it's still opened because of the visa. The visa process is quite easy. And when you go through SVA, we don't just help you just submit your application, but we'll help you even at the embassy. We make calls, get you your appointment, make sure that the consular attends to you, get you your visa, make sure you arrive, get you settled in. These are services that other agencies can provide. And you must remember one thing: no deposits, because for most of our students which have gone through the SVA pathway, there've been a high number of complaints that students were being scammed, and that is why we put it as a company, as an affiliated company, upon ourselves to make sure that our students get safely to Belarus. On arrival, they make their payment. So that cuts away the fear of getting scammed, the fear of getting duped. And would I say the process is quite fast because it takes about 1 month for the whole process. In 1 month, you'll be in Belarus. And for Ghanaians and for people from DRC Congo and people from Cameroon, it's quite more easier for them because it is visa upon arrival. When we're getting your documents, getting your invitations, and you hop on the plane and you're here in Belarus. For Nigeria, for Zimbabwe, it's also easy because it's 100% visa guarantee. So you know that while you go through the process, as long as you have the eligible age and you have the certified documents and you have your funds upon arrival, you have nothing to worry about. This 100% visa guarantee process is what we should all aim for because in the past I had people applying for the United Kingdom. We have students who arrived here who have applied for Canada, and after meeting all requirements and needs, they still get denied. And that is why we go through this pathway. So I urge you all to come, make SVA your gateway, your study gateway to study in Europe. Thank you, and we'll be hoping to hear from you soon. Do swidania.